1964, Elvis made the movie Roustabout, set against the backdrop of a carnival. Here he is pictured with Barbara Stanwyck and Joan Freeman, his co-stars in the movie, and it was about a life of a carny family. Here you can see the character that Elvis plays alighting from the Ferris wheel with Joan. Remember this picture, and I'll show you a comparison in a little while. Here they were doing a shot of the Midway in crowd scenes, but when Elvis was at home in Memphis, he always visited the Mid-South Fair, or as we had in the 50s, the Memphis Fairgrounds. Later on, you all may have heard of a place called Liberty Land, which was added on to the fairgrounds. But here you see how it looked in the 50s. And as I said, Elvis visited there with many of his friends, Inner Circle, Memphis Mafia, even people that he came to know at the gates. Here in 1953, he had his picture made at the fair with his cousin Gene Smith, and in 55 with Arthur Hooten, and probably another Smith cousin as well. We don't have an identification on him, though. Here's one of the Midway games. Back then, it's kind of odd. They wore ties and button-down shirts. Here's Elvis trying his hand at one of the games. Here's Elvis's favorite ride in the background, and the Pippin, as you can see in the foreground, is the rocket. And here he is riding the Pippin with his then girlfriend, Anita Wood. Here's how the Pippin looked in the Liberty Land days, which were in the 70s, and a little sign marking the location for posterity. Here is what happened with the roller coaster when they shut the fair down and gutted everything. They sold the name to a state up north, but they did not actually move the roller coaster as some people think. Here we are in the bumper cars. I think that was Elvis's second favorite. He loved getting out there and bouncing everybody around. Joe Esposito to the right, and maybe Billy Smith back there in the back. There he was pointing at himself, making himself a giant, tall man. And the Mid-South Fair was a place they loved to go. Many of the same people that got to go to the movies went with them to the fair. That's the fair rides as it looked. And then the same ride, the Scrambler, with Anita and Elvis again. Another shot from another angle. And they're on the Ferris wheel acting like they're scared to death. Good actors, both of them. See, there's that picture now that I told you to remember. See where Joan and Elvis are standing? Well, Elvis and Anita were standing in the same position 4 years earlier. This is how the front entrance looked in the 70s, about the time Liberty Land was built. It was a theme park, but a small park. And now we'll join Shirley Connell, one of Elvis's neighbors, in a live video to explain some of the rides. Hi everybody, we are the other side of the fairgrounds now. That used to be the main entrance to the fairgrounds. And going to pan around here. We're talking to Miss Shirley again, Shirley Connell, about the fairgrounds when she used to come with Elvis back in the, was it late 50s, Shirley?
62.
62?
July.
Oh, gracious. She's got it down.
29.
Oh, my goodness. She's got it down to the date even. So, please pardon that. We're in the flight path of the airport. But we, as to get your bearings, there is the Mid-South Coliseum, and there is the football stadium there on the left behind Shirley's head. And this is one of the oldest buildings in the fairgrounds. So this would have been the main drive. Yeah, that they left. And Shirley's sitting right on the main drag entrance that would come in through the airport. I mean, the fairgrounds. And so Shirley, go ahead.
Right behind me, between the trees. These trees weren't there.
Yeah, these.
Was the roller coaster.
Yeah.
And
the Zippin' Pippin.
The Zippin' Pippin. And then when you walked up, there was the old mill, had a ride called, we didn't ride it.
Was it?
And then across.
Was it over here? Get the old mill?
No, it was right beside the roller coaster.
Oh, it was like back over
and,
here.
Over here. It wasn't over there. It was over here.
Uh-huh.
There was a ride called the Bug. It was like a tin can.
Called the Bug?
Uh-huh. It was round and we rode it.
Yeah. So that was back over here.
There was a mini roller coaster for kids.
A mini roller coaster? Yeah. But the big roller coaster was over here.
The big baby was back
there. Yeah, back in that section right there.
Around